Hey YouTube, what's going on? Dose in the house, the Manhattan LCD ProviewsTV. Here's the reviews from pros that know what's going on. Let's go! Hey YouTube, what's going on? Dose in the house, ProviewsTV. Today, we're going to be talking about the Manhattan LCD. Now, the Manhattan LCD, it is a magnificent piece of hardware. It is essential to any DSLR indie filmmaker, and these are the reasons why. Number one, the Manhattan LCD, you know, you can get other LCDs. There's the Marshalls, there's the Lilliput. Before I did my research, I saw a line. I'm like, why? Why is this thing $600 something? Really? I'm $600? But the reason why it costs so much is because it has two major features that we're going to be going over today. Now, Manhattan LCD makes several different monitors. My model is the HD089B2. What that means is that this is my 8.9-inch monitor. One feature that I love about this is that you can mount this in any orientation. On every side, it is your standard 1/4 inch that you could screw onto your rig or any accessories which you may have. If you're going to mount this thing on the top of your camera via hot shoe, you got to get that little adapter that goes on the bottom. One thing that I want to stress to you guys is that one of the reasons why I got this is because I wanted a nice big monitor. 8.9 inches is a lot of room. But one thing I've noticed is that I warn you, warning. If you get the Manhattan LCD, make sure you get an articulating arm that's going to support the weight of this. One articulating arm that I purchased was the Pierstone articulating arm, and sometimes I've noticed that it doesn't hold it as steady, and of course that's because of the arm. It isn't because of the monitor, because the monitor is beautiful. So let's make sure that you get something that's going to support the weight of this 8.9-inch screen. You can get it in different configurations. My configuration was the Manhattan LCD with the Sony battery plate. The reason I got Sony was because the gentleman at B&H told me that the Sony batteries were a lot more reliable than the Canon ones. I wanted to get strictly all Canon only because, you know, my camera is a Canon, obviously, the 60D. I want to keep all the batteries for any reason. I went with the Sony because of his recommendation, and the battery lasts a real long time. The two things that I want to stress about this monitor before you consider purchasing is something that I wish somebody would have explained to me, and this is the reason why I'm making this video. Number one, the reason why you need a monitor like this and you need to spend a little bit more moolah is because of two major things. The first one is focus assist. What is focus assist? Now, if you buy the eye loop for your camera, to the viewfinder that goes in the back, negative. The little screen behind your DSLR was not made to pump out all of those pixels. So what tends to happen is that some things that you think are in focus are not really in focus because that small screen is scrunching all those megapixels inside. No, big, fat negative. You don't want to be viewing and having critical focus off of the little screen. You want to get a monitor like this because Focus Assist is going to assist you in the following ways. Now, let's say you're actually focusing, which is another thing that I hate to announce to you guys. The actual focus assist only works during setup. It doesn't work while you're recording. In fact, let's just go over there and I'm gonna do a voiceover over the stuff that I said. Roll the camera for the focus assist section. Now I am looking at my Manhattan LCD in live view mode. So basically what this is that, you know, the camera is not recording. I'm just looking through what I'm seeing in the camera. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on the focus assist button. I have 4 hotkeys on the bottom. Once I activate, as you can see, the very front of the screen is highlighted. So this right here lets you know that whatever is actually highlighted is actually in focus. So right now I'm actually rack focusing the 51.4, and as you can see right now, the front is highlighted because the highlights are on the front. And now if you look at now, the back is actually highlighted. I actually have these pillows separated so you can see what's in the back and what's in the front. So right now the front, all right. So again, now the front is actually highlighted. Now the back is actually highlighted. So as you can see, this focus assist is really, really important. This is gonna let you know your true focus. And now we're actually gonna go to a double view on how it looks when you have it actually recording. This is the thing that again gets me a little bit upset about the Manhattan LCD. As you can see right now, I'm actually recording. Focus assist, it's not there. I just turned it off. So this is what you look at whenever focus assist is not on. So as you can see right here, it's a little bit hard to focus because you don't know if it's in focus. It's almost there. It's almost not there. I do a pretty good job because I'm really critical on what I'm doing. But again, while I'm moving around and things of that nature, I'm having to constantly rack forward, rack back, rack forward, rack back. Is it in focus? Is it not in focus? So as you can see, the focus assist, it is extremely important while you're recording. You disable one of the features on why I got the monitor. So that one, I'm happy that I got it and I can make this review and let you guys know that it does not work during recording. Number one. Number two, when you hit the record button, the 7D. The 7D is the only one that shoots out an HD signal to the monitor during recording. Again, what does that mean? It means that when you hit the record button, the image is going to stretch out and become SD on the monitor. The reason why I don't like this is because of focus assist. I can't focus a standard definition signal because it's really hard to do so. It's one of those things that it's like, wow, man, I got this thing that costs so much money. It doesn't even do that. Wow. What else can I really use it for then? This is where we're going to go to the next section of the review, which is false color or exposure assistance. This feature is going to allow you to know what the optimal exposure is for your shot. Let's go over to the false color assist section that I shot. All right, everybody. So this again is the Manhattan LCD. I have it in live view. I have the standard setup that I had before, and now I'm going to show you how the false color key works. So the false color key is going to really let you know what is exposed, what's properly exposed, and what's not. So I just turned it on. As you can see, there is a bunch of colors right on my screen. Where you want to typically stay at is the light gray, the greens, and the pinks. The yellow and the orange, according to the Manhattan LCD, is almost blown out. It's not really blown out because once I compare it to the clips that are actually shot, you could actually see that it's actually properly exposed. So another weird thing, I don't know why it's like that, but I kind of see that the key changes once you hit record. So it's one of those things, again, that you're gonna have to do this once you're recording. So that's the little caveat to this. Although you can do it when it's not, I would rather you do it while it's recording. And I'm gonna go in and show you how it looks like when it's recording with the 2-up display. So now I have my 2-up display here. You can see clearly that even though the Manhattan LCD is saying that the white is slightly overexposed, in the real clip, you can see that it's actually fine. So sometimes your whites, I guess sometimes keep them in the orange, a little bit in the yellow. That way you can know that your whites are coming out real nice. Key thing is that you want light gray, greens, and pinks. Those are critical. Make sure that you have those in the majority of your shot. I'm actually going to start changing the exposure now so you can kind of see what happens when you change it on the monitor, what happens in real time on your clips. So right now I thought it was exposed, so I'm going to start lowering it because, you don't want the orange, according to the false color key, you don't want orange and yellows and stuff like that. So I'm going to start bringing down. And as you can see right now, you know, on the Manhattan LCD, it says that everything is well exposed, but super dark blues, those are underexposed. But I'm going to actually bring it back up. You can see the original clip too, how it's being affected. Again, you're going to want, I guess, a little bit of yellow and oranges in your whites. Because as you can see right now it looks like it's properly exposed. It's lit. It looks real good. You don't have to worry about a work in post. All right. So two major things. Again, whenever you're recording, the signal is going to turn into SD unless you have a 7D. A 7D is going to shoot an HD signal. I feel that the 7D is going to be way more better compatible with this because the focus assist doesn't work while you're recording. And the false color changes while you're recording. So instead of setting up the exposure before, you're setting up the exposure during recording. Two things that I wish I would have known before, because then it makes the other monitors more attractive. Now, again, you're not going to be doing any of this on the camera, so that alone makes this camera worth every single penny. Because if you start going to Marshall for these prices, we're already looking at the $800-900. This was only $600-something, so you're saving a little bit of cash there. I think that this monitor is fantastic for the everyday user, despite the fact that it has those things. It also comes with a sunroof attachment, which I really think that you guys should look into, because when you're outside, you're not going to see what's on the screen. Sorry. If it's a sunny day, you're SOL. You need the sun hood. It's going to make it look more attractive too when you're outside, man. It's all about perception, guys. If your rig looks like a bad boy, your monitor looks like a bad boy, you, my friend, are a bad boy. So those things are going to be extremely important for this camera, and I wanted to get that out there for you guys. Also, the camera's going to take in a lot more than just one high definition input. You're going to have your standard with the yellow or your component cables with the 3 colors right here. And the monitor lasts for a long time. The longest I've ever ran my camera set up with my monitor was 4 straight hours. Neither the camera nor the monitor stopped working after 4 straight hours. So I'm assuming you're going to get a lot more. I've only pushed it to the max, 4 hours nonstop operation. And yeah, man, it did it. It's magnificent. I mean, I couldn't ask for more. I'm happy that I got it. It looks good on my rig. So in closing, make sure that you do those things during recording. As much as I want to set up before, I've put this thing on a slider. I put this on top of my DSLR on a slider. I would critical focus, but as soon as I hit record, the image is going to look a little bit blurry. Not because it's out of focus, but because the SD signal is being stretched out, and that's what you end up having. You end up having a SD footage, and it's a little bit hard to focus. You still can. I would like to see what this thing looks like on the 7D when it's pumping out an HD signal directly to the monitor. During playback, you're going to get HD, and when you're not using the camera, you're going to get HD. So, in closing, the Manhattan LCD, is it worth? Affirmative. Do you need to know these things that I taught you? Affirmative. So, at the end of this video, we're going to go through every single menu button because I know some of you out there are just like me. So, I'm going to end this video right now. So, my name is Dose, and for DCEO, this is ProviewsTV. The reviews from pros that know what's going on. Let's go!